Virgos, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for July 11th through the 17th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, so Virgos, let's go and have a look here first with your ruler Mercury, who is forming a few aspects here this week, particularly here on Monday and the weekend. In fact, these points in the week are the only major aspects we've got. But on Monday, Mercury squaring up to Uranus. You guys could be feeling perhaps like wanting to break through, break free in some sense in your life. And there's something to listen to with this. Uranus transiting your 7th house of relationships. So something about freedom in relationships, individuality, expression there. But implementing it one step at a time, I think will be particularly important there. And I think by the second half of the day, you'll probably feel more of this rejuvenation. Mercury is going to be trining up to Chiron. So you guys could be feeling perhaps quite healed and rejuvenated, maybe specifically about those relationship things. And this is all based on the fact that right now there's a lot of focus, a lot of attention still on your 10th house of career, which is about, you know, the sun here, and Mercury's Mercury is going to be shifting into your 11th this week, but still a lot of focus here about your big picture plans, big picture goals, you know, long-term things in your life, a great source of energy to continue to focus on that. And Mercury shifting into your 11th this week, you'll probably find that there's more attention here on your aspirations. And this is all kinds of aspirations, maybe even the income you derive from your work or the value you derive from your work, maybe the satisfaction of giving, of you know, being a part of things larger than self in some sense. Some of you could even be networking, connecting to friends this week, which I think can be excellent there. Not to mention you can be enjoying that, which has been Venus transiting that 11th anyways. So that's that shift there, and that'll be on Monday with Mercury going into that 11th house of those aspirations and group things. But then as we go into the weekend, Mercury will be conjoining up to Venus, so you guys could be looking good, feeling good, perhaps. Maybe even again, maybe about anything on that aspiring level, or maybe with those friends or group or organizational things. But in either case, a ruler going over Venus usually does start something new there with our values, maybe a bit of that attractive quality within ourselves, and enjoying the simple pleasures of life. All right, so that's going to be your ruler. Now in terms of relationships, this is always seen by Jupiter, who does rule that 7th house. And again, Uranus and Chiron here, there's some healing taking place, but I think that'll be quite easy, the healing with Chiron there. And then again, with that square up to your ruler Mercury and Uranus, a bit of that patience there with the relationship stuff. That'll also be important over the weekend with that patience and whatnot with relationships or whatever this is that's needing this integration of healthy freedom, healthy individuality. But something to certainly work on and integrate with that. And Jupiter, who does rule that 7th house, is still in that 12th, conjoining up to the North Node. So it is about compassion. It's about going with the flow. Acceptance is really the name of the game with those relationships at the moment. All right, so that's that side of things. Now in terms of your work, this is seen by your ruler Mercury, who does rule that 10th house. And again, he's going to be going into that 11th of aspirations there. So perhaps enjoying, again, a bit of that big picture, you know, what you can do to give, contribute. This is the house of community. It's the house of others. I think focusing on where you can give really what the world needs is an excellent way of working with your career ruler there in the 11th. Now, again, Mercury forming these aspects when it comes to career stuff this early part of the week. If you're feeling like breaking free, doing some sudden things there, patience and balance is the name of the game. Maybe some healing, though, with the career side of things. And then again, by the weekend, you could be finding that there is some new values regarding your career. Maybe some of you might be starting some new relationships involving the career side of things. Or again, maybe through that networking or whatever it is. All right, so that's that ruler. Now in terms of finances, this is seen by Venus, who again, conjoining up to Mercury, is going to have this bit of maybe something you could learn about finances over the weekend. This intellectual side to it, right? And really using the mind, perhaps start something new there with those values. All right, and again, this is about the future things too. The 2nd house ruler in the 11th is about future value, you know, income perhaps from the future. And so I think continue to cultivate that, especially with your Mercury, with your ruler there in the 11th, is an excellent way to utilize that future-oriented energy. All right, so that's those key areas. Now in terms of an overview, we pretty much covered it. Again, Mercury squaring up to Uranus, trining up to Chiron, this early part of the week, balance, integration, yet healing. And as we go into the weekend, we are going to have the sun forming a few aspects. We'll be, like I said, there's this grand trine taking place with the sun and Chiron and Mars, in fact. And Mars here in this very good harmonious aspect all week long will be trining up to Chiron. This is where you guys could be feeling perhaps a bit rejuvenated with these maybe financial things, in fact, with Mars in that second house. A lot of you have had this newfound motivation, this newfound drive with the material life lately, these past couple weeks. And I think it's still an excellent month to continue to implement. And anything that's motivating you with the financial side of things could be feeling healed and rejuvenated. You can also be feeling healed and rejuvenated too with your communication and any type of correspondence, maybe even the deeper side of life also. All right, but that weekend with the sun in that grand trine is also going to be squaring up to Uranus. So I think when it comes to, again, if you're feeling that, wanting to break through energy, maybe specifically with some alone time, some peace and relaxation, if that's the case. You got so much support for that with Jupiter in the North Node, but seeing where you can integrate things so you can have a bit more of that peace there. All right, so Virgos, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next week.